On the air.
I am.
Mr. Wagner. How are you, sir?
I'm already on the air. You answer the phone on the air, huh?
I do.
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good, man. It's been a while. Everything settled down for you? I know it was crazy for you, man, for a while.
I suppose. But it just starts other stuff, so.
Yeah, I hear you, unfortunately. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So are you back in Illinois, Chicago area?
I am.
I would have figured you for Colorado, out that area.
No, I was up in Michigan.
I know, but the green stuff up there.
Oh, yeah,
I figured you'd be mayor there by now.
The official roller.
Something. Well, you can have a title in office.
Whatever. Getting out of here was served its purpose for a while.
Right. But I bet it's good to be back home, though.
It is, and on the normal time zone and everything. I never got used to the hour ahead. It's weird.
Yeah, and when we were in Chicago, I kept getting fucked up by the hour behind.
Well, yeah. Now everything's on a normal time. You know, on the East Coast, the news is way past my bedtime now.
Well, you get back on the schedule.
Huh?
You get back on your schedule now.
Yeah, I don't know where I am.
I hear you. Neither do I. Neither do I'm still feeling the after effects of last fall when you were over here.
Why? What happened?
When the Skull played. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I'll never forget.
Vaguely.
Even though I can't remember.
Right. Well, you're coming back. It's going to be the summer of Doompa in Cleveland.
Dude, I was just going to say that. I'm looking forward to getting back there now. I think it's, May 9th or something?
May 9th for that, and we might as well let the cat out of the bag. July 19th at the Foundry, Blackfinger's going to be playing.
That's right. I just kind of found that out myself today, too.
See? I got the whole itinerary for you if you want it. April 12th, it'll be the official record release party at the End Zone in Aurora.
Yeah, it's a dump.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted. You know, back in the day when Trouble used to just, have either a record coming out or we were going to go on tour. We always, since I was from here and everything, and, well, a few of us were actually, but we always played this dump, and it didn't matter if you were good or not, really. It was just fun and, get everybody's juice, get it out of your system, have a good time, and that's what I kind of wanted to get back. They wanted to do it in the city and all that. I'm like, no, that's not a record release party. We've got to play at a dump, man.
That's right.
Bring some extra PA in and fucking smoke it, man. And by midnight, everybody's fucked up, and it's a good time,
It's always a good time when you're around, Eric.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter if you're good or not, because everybody, when they're juice, thinks you are anyway, so.
Right.
Including us, so. Until you hear the tape the next day. That's why I never listen to our show tapes. So.
Right. How sick are you by now? Because, you put a lot of time in on that Blackfinger album, and it came out awesome. But how sick are you now of those songs? Because you've been working on them for so long, and you did everything yourself pretty much, getting everything together before you got the guys in, right?
Yeah, I think I've heard the album now, let me think here. I think I have it written down. 1,768,453 times.
That's not as many as I thought. So still kind of new.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why it took so long, too. I had to step away from it a few times, especially for the mix, which I'm glad I did. It turned out the right decision right then. By the time we were done recording it, because I tracked a lot of it, and from writing, getting the band together, rehearsing it, arranging it, recording it. By that time right there, I didn't even have the heart to mix it anymore, you know. So I'm glad I waited. I think actually I stepped away from it for a year.
That long?
Yeah.
Yeah, because All the Leaves Are Brown was out, what, in 2010?
Well, see, that's one of the reasons I started mixing it, and then I put that song out to get, okay, tie everybody over. I'll never do that again. Tie everybody over, and then I just couldn't do it, like, you know. I'm like, you know, we spent all this time writing it and getting it down and having it exactly how we wanted it and all that, and now I'm going to fucking blow it in the mix, you know?
Right.
So I'm like, no, there's no reason, you know, you get it down to the 10-yard line and you fucking fumble, like it'd be the stupidest move I ever made, you know? So walking away, I moved, you know, just to see, you know what, I don't even want to hear it. And at that time I stopped playing, too, with the band. You know, I was tired of people, the people were digging it, like, but they really didn't know it, you know, and I felt like sometimes they were just there to come to see me do a couple trouble tunes.
Right.
So then I kind of stopped playing, too. So this April 12th show coming is going to be the first show we've done in a couple of years. So I'm looking forward to getting back.
And then it's a kickstart.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're nonstop after
the other day, so
right.
It was good to get back with the guys again. So,
and I'll tell you, I don't know if you remember last September when you guys were up here, but when we were at the practice spot, when you guys were rehearsing, and you were teasing everybody with the disc that you brought up, I had you ever see that movie, The Hangover?
Yeah.
When they roofied the tiger in the bathroom?
Yeah. Why I was doing that?
I had killer shit, and I won't say what kind of shit we had, but I figured Doompaw's going to be knocked out in about 20 minutes. We'll put the Blackfinger in, we'll listen to it, and he'll be none the wiser. And you are a fucking animal. The tiger never fell over. You kept going and going and going and going.
Until you sat me in the chair in front of the hotel room. Done.
Yeah, we just left you. We kicked you out of the car and threw you in a chair.
I was just sitting in the chair there on the sidewalk in front of the hotel room. Done.
Done. That's it.
Done. It's over. Yeah. Well, you know, I was going to let you hear it, but just kind of never happened. So.
I hear you. But we heard it now.
Do? Yeah.
And
what are you going to do? You know?
It's awesome. It's awesome. Are you happy with the way it came out?
I am. It was a lot of work. A lot of things happened during that time. I think the best word I can think of is perseverance. I'm really proud of the guys. They did a great job. I think it came out great. So I'm really happy with it.
I do too. And tell everybody, Eric, because a lot of people might think like, oh, you guys got together like last year and recorded it and put it out. This has been a labor of love. This has been a couple years in the making, right?
At least. I mean, I sat for a year just writing with an acoustic, just me, in the studio. And then I put a band together and I blew it up. I hated it. People were coming to rehearsal, partying and shit, and you know, I like partying just as much as the next guy, but when it does come to music, it's more important than it. And the guys weren't treating it that way, and I started then partying, and it was just ended up starting to be just a party session, and I'm like, fuck this. I blew it up, and I just went back to writing, and actually a couple good songs came out of it. Falling Down, I think, was one of them. And then I put these guys together. One of the guitar players was the same. He was the first one I called back. He was the only one, Doug, that came to really play music, you know. So I'm happy with how it happened. Everything happens for a reason. I believe that, you know. And yeah, they did a great job. I'm really proud of them. Some of the solos on there I think are amazing. Like in For One More Day, the middle there, it's just gut wrenching, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So they did a great job.
Absolutely, and I like this mix. All the Leaves Are Brown, when you released the single a couple years ago, the bass was overpowering on everything.
It sucked, and I was like, this sucks. I don't like it. They were bugging me to put something out to tie everybody over, and it's the last time I'm ever going to listen to anybody. So it sucked, and I had to walk away. I'm like, fuck this. The whole record's going to suck if I don't take a break here. You know, because I wanted it out just as bad as anybody, believe me.
Right.
You know. So, but patience. I wasn't born with patience, but I have been that's one of my lessons I'm in the middle of learning right now.
I'm trying to
thread a needle, I couldn't do it, but, you know, for that kind of thing, I'm learning.
Oh, that's what's important. You're learning something from it. So, Eric, where can everybody go to find out about Blackfinger, all the news, and where they can get the album? And don't say call Merciful Mike.
Don't say what?
Don't say call Mike Smith.
Mike Smith knows. He knows more than I do.
Right.
He's the guy. You know, I'm just the dude in the band. All I care about is writing music and making it. That's my favorite thing. And all this other bullshit is for people like Mike, you know, to do. But anyway, it's available in the States now, I guess. Shadow Kingdom Records and All That Is Heavy website. And there's one more. I'm outside having a smoke, so I can't remember. There's a third one too. Besides the Doom Dealer in Germany, you can get it there too. If you want.
We're still waiting for everything to get here from Germany. I know that was the holdup. Like in November, we were waiting for shit to get across the ocean.
It's here. It's available. If you go to Shadow Kingdom's store, their site, it's available now in the States. So we're all good.
And you can find out about Blackfinger on Facebook.com/BlackfingerMusic and Blackfinger.net.
There it is. Is that what the Facebook one is? I have it in my thing. I just click on it. I don't know what the address is.
Yep, it's Blackfinger Music.
They make it easy on me.
Yeah, but that's kind of easy. It's not Blackfinger Music /15894.3-2.
See, that's why I'll never be friends with a computer right there. I mean, I'll go out for a beer with one or something like that, but that's about the extent of it, you know.
Right. Are you ready to hit the road, man? Because not only do you got this Blackfinger tour coming up, and we're going to go down the whole list of dates here in a little bit, but you're also recording and getting ready to hit the road with the Skull, too.
Isn't that weird, man? I'm in two bands at the same time.
That are active at the same time.
I know, it's weird. It's like, I always thought it's kind of like being married. Like, you know, when you're kids, you're like, oh my God, wouldn't that be cool, being married to 7 women? But when you get older and finally do it, you're like, fuck no.
Right, you know, and then when you get older, you're like, I don't even want the fucking one I'm with. It's too much shit.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, this is like having 2 chicks, but they like being together once in a while, too. So it's like, you know.
That's good. You can take a nap and they keep each other company.
Right, or just join in, you know, or you can watch or just join in. It's up to you.
Right.
So, yeah, it's cool. Like, it's fun to me. And both bands are a little different, you know, and I'm having a blast, dude. So, it's all good. And, yeah, the Skull's got the single coming out. I think it's going to be released April 8th.
Next week, that's another bombshell you just dropped. We're going to be debuting it here exclusively on In the Pit Radio. We're going to hear Yesterday Morning and The Last Judgment. And that came out badass, Eric. It really did. Heavy as hell.
You heard?
Yeah.
You heard it?
Yeah, Ron sent it to me the other night.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it came out great, like, you know. We recorded it back in October when we were in Portland, and we just now mixed it. Well, you know, dicking around with the record labels and stuff.
Right.
Signing with a label never takes overnight. It seems to take forever. So, but it's all working out. The timing, everything's great, you know. Yeah, it's going to be a blast. That's next week already? Jesus.
Yep.
Time flies, man.
That's right. And apparently you guys are doing a single release party, too. So people are going to be hearing it. And Ole, listen to this shit. Ole, I want to get him a hat. Remember how, like, Walter Cronkite and shit used to be out in the field and they'd have, like, the fedora with the index cards and the brim so they had their notes?
Yeah.
Ole's going to be the in-the-field reporter. I want to get him a hat like that. He's going to be running around interviewing people.
Yeah, that should be fun. We're crashing that fest. I don't know what it's called. It's some Rocknar. I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. Festival at Reggie's in Chicago, and we're going to crash it.
Right.
Debut the song and the songs and stuff, and sounds like fun, man. I need to get out anyway.
Yeah. Get ready, Chicago. Eric's on the loose next weekend.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we're doing a little pre-production next week for the record also while I'm in the city, so we're getting ready to go in the studio pretty soon to start recording the record. It's almost finished. Music's kind of done. I got a couple songs to write lyrics to yet, but I think we'll be on schedule. It'll be out this year, hopefully.
Right. Because you never know what could happen.
It's fucking rock and roll, dude. It's never what you say.
Exactly.
But the plan is to have it out by November, so.
Which is not too far away in the grand scheme of things if you think about it.
We got a lot to do yet, like start recording.
Right.
But it's going to be good. We got a tentative title for the record. I don't know if you know what that is.
I've heard a couple things, and I didn't want to say anything until it's definite.
Well, it's going to be called For Those Which Are Asleep.
Another exclusive.
Right now, tentative title. There you go.
There you go.
I'm just full of it tonight.
Yeah, Eric's full of it tonight. Eric, so when Blackfinger gets out and about, what can we expect? Can we expect to hear the whole Blackfinger record? Maybe a Beatles cover or something? Maybe some Lid stuff?
Well, we're working on the record right now. I want to do the record in its entirety. So one of the things we've been working on right now is As Long As I'm With You. Since it was done with, piano and cello, we're trying to figure out a way to play it as a band. I think if we do it right and it's cool, I think it'd be awesome to play it like that. It'll be like a different version,
right?
That people will hear then. So, but it's got to be good. I'm only going to do it if it comes out good. So that's one of the songs we've been working on. The other two are easy. The other acoustic ones, we've done them live before a couple times. But that's the one where I'm like, man, I would love to do that. Let's try to figure it out. Actually, that song started out as just an acoustic song, and I wasn't even going to lay it down for the record. And when we were done laying down the other songs, I'm like, fuck it, just put it on. You never know. Something cool might come out of it. If not, then we at least got the drum tracks down, whatever. And it ended up being one of my favorite tunes on the album.
There you go. And the one you're like, fuck it, you weren't sure about. You like it, one of the best ones.
Yeah, cool.
Is the stand-up bass coming out on tour?
No. We have a new bass player. He, Ben went, he got married, settled down kind of. He couldn't really do this anymore. He's playing in like a swing band with the stand-up, and, they do dance lessons at the Drake and stuff like that. So,
nice.
Great. I'm happy for him. He seems cool. He seems okay and everything. So we got a new bass player. Yeah,
I didn't know if you were going to make Willie bring the stand-up or buy a stand-up.
Well, that was the question I asked him at first. You know how to play stand-up? He's like, nah, then fuck it. You can't play with us.
Right.
But that was just by accident, the stand-up. I didn't even know the dude knew how to play it. He came into the studio with it one day. I'm like, what the hell is that? And he started playing it with a bow, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. And then he's like, I got an electric one too. I'm like, fuck you. Bring it to rehearsal next time. And I made him play the next show with it. He didn't wanna. I'm like, just do it once, you know. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it no more. And I remember somebody after the show came up to him and goes, "Dude, you're the future of rock." And I'm like, "I told you, man." And now now you gotta play it all the time.
All the time.
So, but whatever, you know, it's cool. Willie's doing a great job. He's fitting right in, and we'll be right there.
And that's cool. And all you guys are busy because Willie does stuff with Spillage and all that. You guys are all out and about on the road all summer, man. Spring and summer. You guys are going to be worn out.
Good. I need something to do. I'm bored out of my mind. I've been cooped up in Michigan for the last 10 months getting this Blackfinger thing done and writing songs for the Skull. So,
right.
It's getting to be about that time.
Oh, Michigan's a green state, too. That's why you stayed up there so long. You were on the city council, weren't you?
The winter killed me, dude, up there. I mean, it snowed every day.
It's been a shitty
Every morning
winter.
I got up, it was snowing, but I was busy anyway. Like I said, there was nobody to bother me up there, nobody to knock on my door and drag me to the bar or nothing like that. So I got everything done. Like I said, I got 2 more songs to write. Hope I can get that done, and it's time to go have some fun. I've never did 2 records in a row like this. You know, usually you do a record and you're done, and you do interviews, you rehearse, you go out on the road, you play and stuff, and I don't have to think anymore. But this one, it was like 2 in a row. So I'm like, these last 2 songs, I haven't like written anything in a couple months because I'm like kind of blank right now. Need a little inspiration.
Right.
So maybe coming to Cleveland will help that.
I was just going to say, we'll help you, but if you don't get it, you can't blame me either.
No, I don't blame nobody.
All right. I figure. I
just cut people down. It makes me feel better about myself.
It does, doesn't it? People say it's not the right thing to do, but you feel better.
Yeah, but it's just for fun. I know sometimes maybe I get carried away, but whatever. You know, it's not. I'm not the one who's getting hurt.
Right. That's right. If you can't pick on your friends, who can you pick on?
Yeah, if you can't tell your friends to fuck off, who can? Who can you?
That's right. You could tell them to fuck off, but nobody else will tell them to fuck off.
Right. Everybody needs to be told to fuck off once in a while.
More than once, too.
Yeah. Except me.
Yeah, well, I mean, what do? You're the mellowest dude on the earth.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I have my moments just like everybody. So
right. Everybody does. So, are you going to do the tour with Blackfinger, go into the Skull stuff, do that, and then get back and maybe write another Blackfinger when the Skull's like done with what they have to do?
Well, maybe. We'll see. One thing at a time. There's enough material right now for another Blackfinger record, and I mean, besides lyrics, but musically there's enough, and that's not even counting anything new the guys got right now. So right now I got to get in, you know, the Blackfinger. We're enjoying this record. I mean, it took a long time, but it's out finally, and we're going to go out and play, and we're going to enjoy this. And I got to get in and record the Skull record, and then I'll enjoy that. And if there is another record after all this, then it will be a Blackfinger record more than likely. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's too far away right now.
And the way you're doing it now, Eric, you're not going out on the road for like 4 or 5 months at a time. You guys are kind of picking your shots. A week here, a couple days there. Is that easier for you to deal with, so you're not getting burned out on the road and you're like, fuck this, and nobody hears from you for a minute?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's a little different now. I mean, like I said, there's 2 bands. It's different music, playing different songs and stuff. You know, the Blackfinger, we do a few Trouble songs too, but it's different from the ones that the Skull does. The Skull going to have new music. Blackfinger's got new music, so that's sometimes what I got bored about doing. Like, it's like every night playing the same songs over and over again, and sometimes I didn't even know what city I was in, you know.
Right.
And so it's been a while now since I've been on the road, about 5 years, besides a few shows here and there and stuff like that. So I'm ready. I'm refreshed. I'm ready to go. It's like looking forward to it. I need a little fun. Things are different. I'm older now. It's not the same, you know. Back in the when you were kids, like you're just yahoo, here we are, right. Party time, you know. So
wahoo!
It'll be a blast.
Hell yeah! And how has being on the road or playing shows has it changed with the Ole over the years, or is Ole? Ole's
Ole. I mean, Cleveland was his first show back again, and I turned around and looking at him, and I just started laughing, you know, because it's like, oh my, it's like he was never gone in a way. I mean, we've known each other for so long, you know, and he's still the same. We're really, when we're up there on stage, we're the same, you know.
And I thought it was amazing that Ole hadn't played with you guys for how long, and he got to the practice spot, and you guys didn't miss a beat. It's like he was there forever. I mean, you guys didn't sound off. There was no feeling out period or anything. It was like it always has been. Yeah,
we know the songs. I mean, they're etched in our brain forever. Like Tempter, I can't even rehearse that song anymore. That's I go take a piss and smoke a cigarette or something when they rehearse that song now.
Yeah, we rehearsed with you guys. We sang your stuff for you there.
Yeah.
Like
live,
two fucking geeks.
Still. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still fun live, but rehearsing it, oh my God. I am the Tempter. Really? Still?
There's nothing wrong with it. Hey, man, that's one of my favorite songs.
Me too, live. You know.
Live, record, anywhere.
Yeah.
I dig it. And I didn't dig that you walked out. I felt bad, but when you walked out, I saw an empty microphone. I'm like, fuck this. Watch this shit.
I couldn't hear in there. So there's no reason to blow it out. Like
yeah, nobody could. That's why I sounded good.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun. I can't wait to get back there and stuff. I think we're doing Cleveland on the 9th and then Chicago on the 10th.
Yep.
So that'll be fun.
It will be.
Then, yeah, we're gonna do the Psalm 9 album in a couple cities, select cities too, this year.
And I know Cleveland's one of those.
Not this time, but
right.
We will. Yes, Cleveland will be one of them.
You can't.
Montreal right now is the only one booked that it's already announced that we're playing that.
That's for that festival up there, right?
Yeah, that's going to be awesome, man.
Yeah, it is.
So it's already sold out, I think.
Really?
I think so. The online tickets are. I'm not sure. There's only a few left to get in, even, I believe. I thought I saw that.
Well, that's cool, so man, being
exciting.
that far away.
Montreal's a fun city to play.
Absolutely. And them crazy Canucks up there got to go nuts for the doom metal.
Yeah, we're going to do some on the East Coast for sure. You know, like I said, a few select cities and stuff. We're not going to do it every time, but the main towns that, probably Baltimore or something, Cleveland, the cities that always were good to us, and like that kind of music and stuff. So
right, and let's not bullshit anybody. Cleveland's always been your second home, no matter what you do, whether it's Trouble, the Skull, Blackfinger. When you get here, you'll have a good turnout. You know that. Yeah,
every time since the first time we went to Cleveland, it's been great, and every single show has been like that. I don't think there's ever been one that was like, okay, it's okay. It's always been good, and the fans have always treated us well and with respect, and had a good time. So,
big club, small club, it didn't matter. It was always a good time when you guys rolled through town.
Yeah, and when we always start to look for places to play, Cleveland's always one of the first ones that we call. So, it is cool. These two shows are kind of almost like a makeup dates for the ones that we didn't do in December.
Right. Yeah, and it was flipped, wasn't it? It was Chicago, and then I had you coming back down here.
Right.
Yeah.
So, shit happens.
Right, and you would not believe how many people still showed up and were fucking irate that you weren't there. There was one guy, he must have fucking carried half his storage unit. He had shit. He's like, I wanted to sign. I'm like, man, I'm glad they canceled, because Eric would have had carpal tunnel and fucking been pissed.
Well, we couldn't help it. Like, it wasn't nobody's fault. Like, the club that we were playing in Chicago closed, and we just couldn't do it, you know. Drive to Cleveland for that show.
Right.
Just for one show. Especially these days, you know, the gas is an arm and a leg, everything. It's just, we just couldn't do it financially, so.
Plus it was shitty out, too.
Yeah, we felt bad, you know, and everything, but we knew we were going to make it up, and May 9th will be a great time to do that, you know.
Absolutely. So. There's no better time like May 9th. I got a question for you, though, with the skull stuff, and we'll get back to the Blackfinger. Are you going to incorporate more of manic frustration in the thing? And when I talked to Oli, he wanted to incorporate more Run to the Light. Is there manic frustration in the future, or what would you like to see more of it?
Well, up until now, we did mostly the first couple albums, and besides the more from Plastic Greenhead, because that's actually the only album that all three of us actually played on together.
Right.
So, but now, I was like, yeah, let's branch out a little bit and start doing some other stuff. So, we'll probably start doing some more from Manic and from the other Trouble record on Deaf American. Did we do something from Run to the Light last time in September? We didn't, did we? I can't remember. Well, we're doing one off of that one. So we're just slowly kind of, and plus we're going to have the new album coming too, so we got to have some room for those songs too, the ones that are going to be good live. So, yeah, we're going to branch out a little bit and do one from, eventually we're going to do at least one from every record. So even Simple Mind Condition we're going to do one on it. We haven't really decided which one yet, but.
Right, and then you'll have Chuck from that album.
I think the one we were talking about is the one that Chuck wrote, actually, for that album, which is Troublemaker. We've been talking about, that was one that we've been talking about doing.
That's a good tune.
Since he wrote that song, so.
Let me ask you this, because a lot of people, like, that I've talked to, like, that you hear, they say, like, Simple Mind Condition wasn't, like, their favorite album, and I'm talking about, like, people that were involved in the band and stuff. Do you hate that record? Do you like that record? Was it rushed, or?
No, I think the album is great. With the part that I don't like it, cause right around that time, that the mix that was going on and all the radio mix, so it's a little trebly to me, is all. I think if it got remastered, but I think the songs are great. It might even be our peak writing wise and me singing wise and everything, but I like the mix better on the one before it.
Okay.
It's a more heavier kind of a mix than that. Everybody was doing that right then, that radio mix. I'm like, fuck that shit. Just mix the record to make it sound great. Who gives a shit,
Exactly.
So, because
I like that.
I think it's a great record.
I like it, too.
It was our biggest seller, too.
And like Arthur Brown's Whiskey Bar, Ride the Sky, Going Home, but there's a tons of great stuff on that album.
Well, that's Simple Mind Condition.
Right.
Well, I thought you were talking about Manic.
Oh, dude, if you played Manic from front to back, you won't hear a peep out of me.
Oh, Simple Mind Condition? I like that record. We got back together. Actually, somebody came up to me and goes, I don't like the order. I'm like, dude, it's the fucking order. If you go back and listen to it, and you'll see that it's a story.
Right.
And it starts at the beginning. It's about coming to this planet and being born, and they want you, and then they don't, and you go through a bunch of bullshit, and at the end you make it back again. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but I like that record.
I love it, too.
It's heavy,
Hell yeah. And I'll tell you what, it was a while, because you guys were 03, when you got back together with the Brave Words tour, and you came back to Cleveland and that. It was at least 4 years before anybody had seen you again. And your voice, man, on that tour, I hadn't heard it sound better. You blew everybody away at that shows. That
first Brave Words when we backed up Candlemass, people still come up to me about that one.
It was unbelievable.
Rocked it that night. I still
yeah.
remember it. And I played a lot of shows, and I don't remember jack shit, but I remember that one. I was even off sometimes the side of the stage just watching them during solos, and I'm like, damn, it sounds fucking awesome.
Hell yeah, it did.
Like, get done with the solo so I can get back out there.
Right. The Psalm 9, Manic Frustration, what I was getting at is there any way I can influence you to get Sleeper in there?
I don't know, man.
You can't pull the Holzer and say, oh, yeah, sure.
No, it might take a lot for us to do that. I mean, for you to convince me. It might take a lot.
Like, how much? Like an eighth or a quarter a lot?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what we're going to do yet on that from that album.
I got a message here.
Discussion, though.
Okay, I'm willing to discuss it.
Okay.
I got a message here. It says, "Tell Eric to do Born in a Prison."
Who's that? Who is it?
Mike Smith.
Really? He's listening right now too, fucker.
Yeah. What's up, Merciful?
For that.
Eric said he'll do it, Mike.
Born in a Prison. Somebody else asked me to do that song. Or maybe Mike is the one that keeps bugging me about that song. I don't know. That's not the one we're going to play coming up. We've been rehearsing one of them. I'm not going to say.
Yeah, leave something up for imagination.
It's gonna be a little bit of a different set from the time when we played last time. So just a little bit. I like doing things different, change up. I hate, if I saw a band like, oh my God, they did the exact same set as the last time I saw them.
Right.
Come on, we got like fucking 9. How many albums to choose from? I mean, you can't please everybody, so sometimes you have to do things for yourself too a little bit, but I like changing it up a little, even if it's like 4 different songs, 3-4 different songs, whatever. It's still a little bit different,
Yeah, you can't do the same thing. I mean, you get sick of playing the same shit, right?
I do. I get bored easy.
There's nothing wrong with that. And Oli told me that you guys are working on Borrowed Time. He's like positioning himself to get that in there.
Yeah, he's been campaigning for that, I think.
Does his vote count twice?
Even we, or us, or whatever you want to say it, have our songs too that we want to hear too, just like you guys do.
Right.
So, but we got 5 people. We got, I don't know, dude. I don't know about that song. Let's do this one. Yeah, that'd be a jam.
Right.
So
they're all a jam, man. All of them.
Yeah, there's a couple, 2 or 3 songs that are going to be different from the last show we did there. So.
Oh, that's cool. You could play the same set. I won't argue.
Nah. So Blackfinger too, we do a couple Trouble songs that the Skull doesn't do, and either Trouble don't do them either. I don't think. So.
That's cool. Any Lid songs going to make it in that Blackfinger set?
Well, I don't know. Probably not this time. Some people have been bugging me about that. I'm going to... Actually, I just had it remastered, that album. And I'm probably at some point this year going to re-release it. So I think I'm like... I want to wait till then. So once we re-release that album, then I think people would be... a little, they would know it a little better again and stuff, and we do a couple tunes off of it. Actually, the first couple shows that Blackfinger ever did, we did like 2 Lid songs that night, that first couple times.
Nice. And when you reissue that, are there going to be any extras?
There isn't any. I don't think. I mean, the only thing that I think got added later on, I did "Don't Let Me Down" for Peaceville's 10th anniversary CD. And I do believe when they reissued it, they added it.
It was on the original, too.
Not the first pressing. It wasn't.
I got it the day it came out, and I had it. I don't know. Maybe I got it on the import. I don't know. Peaceville's one of those fucked up labels. They do crazy shit.
It depends what cover, and they changed the cover on me too. There's 2 covers.
I got like the pink and purple tie-dye or whatever, and lids in yellow.
Right, that's the original one.
Yeah.
So the original pressing, Don't Let Me Down, was not on it. That was on the 10th anniversary CD for Peaceville. The second pressing, I believe they added it to it. Don't quote me, but I do know it wasn't on the original record.
Well, maybe I got that from somewhere around the way then. I know I have it. I'm looking right now. Yep, it's on there.
So, yeah, I just got it remastered. Sounds great. I wish I could have remixed it, but I didn't have the tapes or nothing, but I did have it remastered. Sounds great. And sometime this year I will re-release that album.
Are you going to release it on your own, or is it going to be through Peaceville again?
Not sure. I don't think it's Peaceville. It won't be Peaceville, no. I have the rights back to it. So.
Okay.
So, wow, I'll have 3 records out this year.
Man, you're going to be dyeing your hair. You're going to be getting some gray hairs, Eric.
Yeah, well, everybody does.
Right. Have you talked to Danny since the lid thing?
Not for years. I haven't. Actually, I think they've just played Chicago or something, and I wasn't back yet. I was going to go and say hey, because it's been, 10 years probably since I've talked to him.
Right.
So I was going to go and surprise him, but I wasn't back yet. I was still up in Michigan, and it was just too much of a pain in the ass.
And was that intended to be a one-time record, or were you going to do that for a while and see where that went?
No, really. I mean, if something happens, then it happens. But originally, that was just a one-off,
Okay.
And it was a lot of fun doing it, and I needed to do it at that time. I had a bunch of songs and stuff that weren't really trouble songs, and at that time, I had a bit of enough. I needed a break from them guys and stuff, and I thought that was the perfect time to do it. So.
And it was, and that's what people that haven't heard the Blackfinger, and they ask me, and they read the review, they said, man, you raved about it and gave it a 10 out of 10. I said, yeah. And they said, well, what's it sound like? I said, it's in between Lid and Trouble. I said, that's the best way I could describe it to you.
Yeah, it's heavier. Blackfinger's heavier than Lid. It's 2 guitar players.
Yep.
That one had 1, The Lid was a little more psychedelic. If I wanted to compare it to Trouble albums, like the styles of them, where Lid might be a little bit more the manic style, like a little more psychedelic, and Blackfinger's a little bit more like the other Trouble record, a little heavier and stuff,
Right.
Kind of thing. So, yeah, it's in between. Good analogy there, sir.
Well, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. So, do you want to, you don't know your tour. You want me to tell you your tour dates and where you're playing? What city?
Well, I know the cities we're playing. I'm not quite sure of the dates. I know we're doing Baltimore and, Cleveland and Indianapolis is first, I think. Well, Doomfest actually is first.
No, Aurora. You forgot the record party.
Right, that's first.
Yeah.
And Doomfest in June. I call it Doomfest.
Yep.
Days of the Doom, and that's in June.
Can you get by with just calling it Doomfest? Mike allow that?
I call it Doomfest. Mike knows what I'm talking about. I even call it Doomfest to him. It's Doomfest, dude. We've done a few Doomfests.
Right.
One in Denver, one in Portland. We did one in Germany. They're all Doomfest. This is the Milwaukee Doomfest.
The Milwaukee Doomfest.
Yep.
Yeah, you got April 12th, the record release party at the End Zone, at the Dump, like you call it. June 20th, Days of the Doom at the Metal Grill. Yep. July 16th in Indianapolis. July 19th, the Foundry in Cleveland with Apostle of Solitude and Dead East Garden. July 31st in New York. In Brooklyn. August 1st in Philly. August 2nd in Baltimore. August 3rd in Richmond, Virginia. And wrapping it up August 9th back home in Chicago.
Yep, that's going on right now. And hopefully we'll doing some shows later on too. Like we might go to Europe in November or something in the fall sometime. So we'll see what happens. If people want to hear it live, I'll go do it. You know. So
I wouldn't. I'm sure people want to hear it live. Have you gotten any reaction from how it's been received in Europe, Eric?
it's been great everywhere. All the reviews have been awesome. I'm a little blown away, humbled by it. It feels good when people dig what you did, you know. So it's been getting great reviews over there, especially England too. Has been good reviews, and here in the States, every review has been awesome, you know. So it's people are digging it, I guess. Or at least the press did.
I dug it. You liked my review, didn't you?
Yeah, all the reviews are good. So.
But mine holds a special place in your heart, right?
Oh yeah, you're awesome, dude. It's far way above the rest. Like, not even close, dude.
Oh, Eric, thanks, man. It's awesome. Don't worry, I'll party with you when you get in town. You don't got to butter me up.
So,
you know that.
Yeah, it'll be blast. I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait till you guys get back.
I wish it was tomorrow.
Me too. Me too, because you know how it is anymore. I mean, I'm sure it's the same up in Chicago, man. The scene is not what it used to be.
It'll be nice in May and stuff, too. It's like fucking cold here today. It's just, I'm so sick of winter.
Yep.
I hate it.
Yep.
Hate it.
It snowed yesterday and today. Tomorrow it's going to be 60.
It's okay, I had enough, dude.
Yep, and then back to 30s and snow Sunday and into 50s and Monday.
Yeah.
Fucking
what
retarded.
The fuck?
It's stupid.
They're doing that. They're doing that to us on purpose. They're fucking with us.
I know they are. You know what I'm going to do? Merciful Mike Smith has some stroke. I'm going to have him call somebody. I don't know who I'm going to have him call yet, but he'll take care of it.
Okay, yeah, he's pretty good at that. Usually takes care of shit when I call him. I've never talked to him about the weather yet, but other things when I call him and need something taken care of, he does it right away and pretty good at it. So. Yep,
and Cleveland's excited too. Merciful Mike Smith will be out on the road with Blackfinger, and he'll be shaking hands and kissing babies out on the road tour.
Yeah, I told him, dude, you got to go and road manage, man. Who's going to take care of me? Who's going to take care of me out on the road?
That's right. Who's going to tuck you in?
I know. I'm so used to going out with, Trouble always had guys, and even the Skull, like, but Blackfinger, like, I'm like, who's going to take care of me? So, Mike told me today, or whenever I talked to him yesterday, that he was planning on going unless something happens.
Right. I expect to see the Merciful one. It'll be cool. And if I told him, if you guys are not heading back to Chicago that night, we got you again, so it's cool.
I don't think we're leaving tonight to show. No, hell no.
All right, then we'll have a good time.
But at the Skull, we have to because we're playing in Chicago the next day, which sucks. But
right.
I wish it was the other way around. But it'll be fun, whatever,
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not going that night. We're going in the morning, so we got time to have some fun. And I can't drive anyway, so I'll just be sleeping in the back. So
exactly.
Whatever.
That's badass. Well, Eric, I know it's late, and we appreciate you calling in, man. And we'll see you in May, and in June, and in July, and then hopefully back in the fall when you play Psalm 9 for Cleveland, because you promised, and I got you on tape now.
Yep.
That will hold up in a court of law.
Too, huh?
Huh?
You're gonna be at Doomfest too?
I have to. I'm sponsoring it.
Oh, that's right. I saw it. I saw that.
Yeah. Merciful would kill me.
Yeah.
Unless I fall over dead, that's the only reason I won't go. But then I'll probably go and haunt it, get fucked up, and jam some tunes.
We'll prop you up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Against the wall,
like Weekend at Bernie's, exactly.
That was, I was just going to say, like that one movie,
Yeah, and if that's the case, just take me on, like, the Blackfinger tour. Take me out. Just take me in the van. Or you know what? Put me get an extra trailer where all the gear is. Hug me in the extra trailer and just take me from town to town, man, and drag me out and prop me up with a stick. It'll be cool.
I think we should just put you up on the roof in the rocking chair like Granny.
Yeah, that's cool, too.
Would be good. And
yeah,
just have a little string coming in the window that I can pull so you rock.
Right.
You know.
And then you got to tie one to my middle finger so, like, if somebody cuts the van off or something, you can pull that up, too.
Every now and then, yeah, you can flip some people off.
Yeah, you got to do that.
And same with the smile. We can then put the big smile on your face, and just turn your head back and forth and flip everybody off as we're going down the road.
Right. When we get to the toll booths.
With a big-ass smiley face.
Exactly. Just like the Lid song.
Yep.
We just barrel through the stop gates at the toll booths, just blow by and pull my middle finger up with a smile on the face.
Maybe we can, have you pay the tolls. That'd be something.
That would be even better. All them fucking weirdos they have working there. You know what I want to ask you before I go? How long has that rip-off the Skyway been fucking people in Chicago?
Dude, I never go that way. It's a pain in the ass.
Literally,
never go that way.
We were on it for 10 minutes. I think it cost me $57, that motherfuckers.
I never go that way. I hate it.
We got off the turnpike. We drove like half a mile and we stopped. I go, what the fuck is this? We took the ticket, literally rolled up the window from taking a ticket and pulled up to the next collection area. And it was like fucking $8. I go, what the fuck? And Wrigley Field looks like the dump that it does?
It's 100 years old this year.
And that backside needs some work, man.
I'm sure. I haven't been in a long time. I love when baseball season starts, though, because it's like, okay, spring is here. It's going to be nice. So the Cubs are going to suck, and that's going to be great.
It's like a rite of passage. You know the Cubs are going to suck every year.
Like every year, and been teased, and stuff a few times here and there, but they're going to suck. And, I think they did the right thing in what they're doing, because obviously for 100 years it didn't work, whatever it was. So
right.
To me, the only thing left was to tear the fucker down and start over. And I think they're doing the right thing. And I know people are impatient and everything, but they're doing the right thing. And I think there's good things coming. And I'm a typical Cub fan, and they're going to be awesome one day.
Right, you're like a Browns fan in Cleveland.
Yeah, hopefully
this year's the year.
Yeah.
We're going to win 7 games. Maybe. And then by the third week of the season, you're like, fuck this. The season's over. They fucking suck.
Yeah, I know.
1 o'clock, the game starts at 1. I'm plastered by 1:15.
And the season's over.
And the season's over. You got no voice.
Yeah, well, the Cubs, when they win, it's in the Bible, in Revelation, when the small bear takes the flag, the end will soon be near. So, it's going to coincide with the end of the world, the Cubs winning the World Series, so.
Well, then I hope it happens next year. An odd number year is a good year for the world to end.
Yeah. Yeah. It can happen at any time if it's up to me. I don't know, whatever,
Yeah, I'm not picky. In fact, we were having that discussion today, and my buddy told me, he said, dude, if I die, my luck, there will be such a thing as reincarnation. And then he goes, but I'd like to come back as a vampire. They got it made. I go, man, there's fucking stress for everything. Vampires, all that shit. I said, then you got to worry about where you're going to get your next meal. And I said, I'd have OCD.
You can't go out in the daytime. What the fuck?
Right, well, that part I would be cool with. And he goes, well, maybe you'd be a werewolf. He goes, but the only bad part is you don't know what day it's going to come. I said, so then you're like a woman. You're getting your period and you're all hairy. I said, I don't want any part of that.
No. Whatever it is, it's not good. There's always problems.
Right. It's always a mess. Doompa, I appreciate you calling in. Everybody
Yeah,
go to
my pleasure.
facebook.com/blackfingermusic, blackfinger.net, and I will even do a solid and post them on In the Pit Radio's Facebook page and inthepitradio.com. You'll have all the tour dates to see Blackfinger. I'll get the Skull dates up there too. So there's no excuse to get out and not see Eric.